Welcome back to the Anthony Lee Crypto channel. We are live. It is, I don't even know what today is. It's Wednesday. We're live. It's Wednesday. Sorry we're getting a little bit later start this morning. I had to handle some business this morning. Got it all taken care of, but we are back. We're live. We're ready to rock. We have got the Bitcoin price doing a whole lot of absolutely nothing today. What a boring day. But we're going to take a look at it. I have an idea. I have a couple of ideas. Really, nothing's changed. We're just kind of building up some momentum here, but we're going to dive in there. And I do have a plan of action for when price does get up and moving, and I think it's going to be very, very, very soon. I think we got a couple of really big moves coming, so stick around. We're going to dive into that. We're going to discuss a couple things. We're going to take a look at some altcoins. Go ahead and begin shilling me your altcoins. We're going to take a look at those. Guys, those are going to move. When Bitcoin moves, those are going to move. And if you're planning to buy them and hold them or trade them, I think you need to have your targets ready, because it's sooner than you think. What's going to happen happens every time to folks, and then they get all like, oh. I'm not even looking at an altcoin, but let's just say that right now, but I will put them in chat. Let's just say Bitcoin does like this and dumps down and sets a new low. Why is my color green? I don't like that at all. Let's say it does that. Your altcoin's going to go bam, bam, and you're absolutely going to miss it because you did not have your target ready. And then what's going to happen is going to keep going, and you're going to be re-entering your buy order, re-enter, and by the time you know it, you're buying in right where we are now, because you weren't ready to buy the big dumpola that's coming. So if you need a target for your alt, I will give you my opinion of where it could go, and just in the next couple of weeks, so you can be ready, okay? All right, now that doesn't mean it's going to be the ultimate low, but it could be, and we could certainly trade it, because there is a big old move coming soon, guys. So give me your alts. We're not going to go over alts right now, but we will go over them, so go ahead and get them ready. And we'll find you some targets today. Let's see who's here, guys. Max, morning, bro. What's up, man? Mighty Max. Thanos, my main man. Thanos, West Coast. What's up, bro? I'm glad you're here, man. Hawkborn thought I abandoned you. Never. Listen, guys, if there's one thing about me, and I'm not tooting my own horn, but I am consistent. I mean, even when I'm screwing up, I'm consistently screwing up, right? I am consistent. So if I'm ever not consistent on a day, it's because there was something pressing that had to happen. And I did post something in Discord yesterday that told you I'd be out. So I'm never going to abandon you, right? Never. Max, hope everything went well this morning. Thank you. I think most of you know, so I appreciate your well wishes. Several of you direct messaged me in Discord yesterday and this morning, and I appreciate that. Several of you posted comments too. I appreciate that. Just briefly, for those that don't know, and I know you don't really care, you're here for Bitcoin price, but last year, I mean, I've always been strong, healthy, personal trainer. I've owned gyms. I've been that guy, like I don't want to hear your weakness kind of guy, you know. No excuses kind of guy. Last year, out of nowhere, I got uber sick. I mean, like, I gained 36 pounds in 6 weeks, just straight pregnant belly. I went from 6-pack to 6 months pregnant in 6 weeks. Just total lethargy. I couldn't get anything going. I was dying, I thought. And I had acute kidney failure, and I went into stage 3B kidney failure and heart failure, and they wanted to put a pacemaker in, which I declined because F all that. And, we just went through things for about almost a year. And I'm not complaining. I know a lot of people have it a lot worse. But I'm feeling much better now, much better. Like, as fast as it came on, it went away. About 9-10 months later. And anyway, so I went back in today to do some additional testing, and we should know hopefully by tomorrow how it looks. Even though I feel better, it doesn't necessarily mean my numbers are better. Matter of fact, last time I went, I felt a lot better and my numbers were worse. And Doc was like, oh, I'm kind of concerned your numbers are worse. I was like, I don't give a damn. I feel so much better. That's all I care about. So we'll see, guys, but thanks for your concern. I appreciate it. We got some alerts going off. Let's go take a look and see what's going on here. Let's see what's going on. Ooh, Bitcoin moving a little. God, I'm so upset. So I was. Let's go to Fetch. Y'all know I'm on Fetch right now. I had a buy order set. I had a freaking buy order set right here. 1689, right? Freaking here, a buy order set. And price, I had it from earlier this morning right there. And price started coming down. And I was at the hospital about to do all my labs and all that kind of stuff. And my alerts were going off and it was coming down. I said, I don't want to deal with this. It might keep going down. I don't have time to look at it. They were calling me back. I canceled my buy order. And sure enough, this was a $73,000 buy order. 2.5% later. 2.5% later. Always happens that way. I told Catherine, she was with me. I said, if I was sitting at home in front of the computer, I said none of this would have happened. But the fact that I am away, where is my calculator? I don't know. Things aren't working like they should today. I don't know. It's one of those days, guys. Anyway, there it is. $73,000 times .025. That's how much my order was for. So I missed out on an $1,800 profit that I knew was coming, and I literally had the buy order in. Literally had the order in. It's in there somewhere. Anyway, no getting that back, right? All right, so we're going to take a look. Drop me your altcoins if you want to see some alts as we go into this. Flashbang, guys, little flashbang. We had the only report we had today, this was today, Wednesday, was durable goods in the U.S. It was bearish, but I told you guys the other day that might give you like an hour most of volatility. It's not really a huge report. Just enough to kind of like wipe some people out on both sides. And I don't even know if we got a reaction. I was busy with the stuff then. Let's see. Let's look at Bitcoin. Goodness gracious. You didn't. The bearish report came out here. So you did get a little move down right here for 2 candles in a row. 1, 2. These are 15-minute candles. So yeah, you got 30 minutes. 30 minutes worth of negative. That's what I said, hour at most. And we got the eventual push down. Yeah, not much there. However, back to the flashbang. We do have initial jobs tomorrow. That's a biggie, much bigger than durable goods. And Friday, guys, I know I've told you this. Friday, we got core PCE and GDP and S&P PMI. So we got some big reports. Friday's going to be major volatility. West Coast still interesting link. Look, dude, I went today. I don't know if you can see the right side of my screen. I saved a link here for you. I saved a link. I knew you were going to say something about link. I saved a link. Look at this move up by Bitcoin. I should have went live 5 minutes earlier. We might could have caught this move. Bitcoin just flirting with that POC, and we try to go live on this. This is why I haven't gone live yet this week. We have literally just been on point of control all week, and you just can't trade that. I mean, you're on point. Who can predict that you're about to bang away from point of control $1,000 in 2 minutes? Nobody. I don't care what they say. If anybody got this trade that just happened in the last 2 minutes, they just got lucky. This is just boring. You cannot trade this. You might can, small scalp. You can't trade this. You guys that traded this with me last week, you know what I'm talking about. It's just boring. You can't trade it. Your risk to reward is so low because, I've explained this before, but I mean, if you come down here, you set a low, you come up, you set another low, and you're trying to long this, you have to take profit, or you have to be expecting rejection here, and your stop has to go there. Gosh, everything's pumping right now, guys. Or at least the things I follow. WorldCoin's not pumping. That may be worth getting in on real quick. Let's see. Let me take a look at WorldCoin. That's not what I wanted to see. Let's go look at WorldCoin. It is not pumping, so it might play a little catch-up here. You see that, guys, sometimes when coins pump and others don't, you see a little catch-up. That's on Binance. Binance WorldCoin is not pumping. Other WorldCoin is ahead of it. There must be some news. Is anybody following any news? This is just a random pump out of nowhere. Did somebody say, did Trump tweet something, guys? Did Trump tweet something? So mad I canceled my order earlier. I'm so mad. We're going to take a look. I'm not worried. This will come back. All right, so let's dive into the meat of things. Let me refresh here. We're going to dive into what you came to see. The title of the video, oh, by the way, speaking of that, I have a poll in chat. Go ahead and hit up that poll. Let me know what you think. Are we going to break out? Are we going to fake out? If we're going to fake out, are we going up first, then down first, then up? Or is it up only or down only? Go ahead and let me know, guys. We're going to take a look. Click up the like button. Here we go. I'm on Bitcoin on the daily. You can see we're forming this nice little, first of all, nice little symmetrical triangle. But I'm not a pattern bro. I don't trade patterns. There's really only one kind of pattern that I like to trade, and that is an ascending or descending triangle, right? Like this, right? To the downside, these play out like 90% of the time, right? And to the top side, just like this, right? These play out so much because what you're doing is just squeezing price action in one direction. So just you're just squeezing in one direction until it just can't take anymore and it pops. Okay, very rarely do these break the opposite way. They can, but it's not often, okay? These are the only type of patterns I actually like to trade. This symmetrical triangle here, okay? These are the worst. I don't care who you are. I don't care who says what. Nobody can predict which way these are going to break. There's literally a 50-50 shot at which way this thing's going to break. Literally. I don't care what anybody says, okay? However, I don't know the stat, but I would say about 85-90% of the time, whichever way it breaks is a fake out, is a liquidity grab before moving the direction you want to go. See, the reason is you're setting these lows here, lows here, lows here, lows here, none of them taken, liquidity below each, right? Same thing, highs here, highs here, highs here, highs here, none of them taken. So you have liquidity above each one of these, right? Liquidity below each one of these. So before moving in the direction they want to go, it's just standard SFP type stuff. They're going to move it one direction to grab liquidity and then go the direction they want it to go, right? Or to the downside, they're just going to grab that little liquidity and then go where they want to go. Okay? That is the only consistent thing about a symmetrical triangle is it is almost always a fake out. Okay? So the goal for me is to not guess which way it's going to go. Okay? The goal for me is to be ready when it gets to one of these two places because I don't know the stat, but I'm going to tell you it's probably at least 85% of fake out. So I know when we get to one of these levels, number one, it's a high probability trade because of the swing failure pattern of all the liquidity. Number two, it's going to be even more higher probability trade in my book because it is a symmetrical triangle fake out. Okay? So I actually like the symmetrical triangle for the play that comes after the fake out. Okay? Very, very high probability trade if you can have the patience to wait for it to get to your target, okay? And that's the plan. So the question is, does it break out or break down on the fake outs? Okay? And nobody can really tell you. We can kind of guesstimate. We can look at data. We can look at oscillators. We can look at all that good stuff, but nobody really knows, okay? Gosh, I'm so upset I missed this trade. So upset. You have no idea. Here's I'm on the daily time frame. See, perfect example right here, guys. Perfect example. Last time, very similar looking situation. This is that all-time high though, but very similar looking situation. You can see we came down here, boom. We set in this symmetrical triangle right here. Boom, and I know it's not perfectly drawn, but it's pretty dang close, right? I mean, you see it. And so you're in this for a good amount of time. This is a daily candle, so this was a few weeks, right? You just bounce the triangle, bounce, bounce, bounce. Then you faked out. What did you do? You grabbed the liquidity here before taking it the direction it actually wanted to go. Perfect example. Perfect example. Okay, and you can find countless examples like this. I mean, freaking countless examples. And we're in one now. Very, very similar situation. We're in one now. I mean, this is even one right here. It's a drawn out one. You kind of, this is rough. This is rough, but you're technically in one here. And I know it's hindsight. I get it, but it doesn't matter. You were in one there. You just bounced the range, and then you faked it out, and then took it to the direction you wanted to go. You're in one now, okay? And in my opinion, this is exactly what's fixing to happen again. Exactly. So we just got to be ready for it, right? Just got to be ready for it. Historically, let's go look at our historical chart. We've looked at this. Actually, this is the current chart based on historical data. We've got our bars pattern, right? We got our blue bars. This is from the last cycle, 2022 cycle. And you can see it kind of put in a little symmetrical triangle here, right? Little symmetrical triangle. It's rough. I get it. It's rough, especially to the downside. It's more of a falling wedge pattern, but it can kind of work as both. Either way, falling wedge pattern tends to break to the upside. Symmetrical triangle tends to fake out one way or the other. So that would give you the edge that this triangle here was probably going to break out to the upside and then fake out. You knew it would be a fake out because of symmetrical triangle, whichever way it broke. Which way is it going to break? Well, falling wedge pattern usually breaks to the upside. So you bounce this while ultimately bouncing the bigger one. Faked out, moved to the downside. You're in the same thing here, guys. The only difference here is you don't have any, in my opinion, other pattern that you can really, you're not in a falling wedge pattern. You're in just a straight up symmetrical triangle pattern, okay? These typically break out about 80% to the end. Not always, about 80%. Okay, which I know this is kind of roughly drawn, but let's see about how far we are from it. From this candle, if you went all the way to the end, it would be 17 days. We're at 11 days. 11 divided by 17. So we're about 65%. So we could go a few more days in this thing before the fake out, in my opinion. Which would put us about 14, 15 days. Let's go to another chart. I know I'm getting mathematical on you guys. 14, 15 days. Which would put us at about 26, 27 days out from this bounce, which is about what we're looking for. This is our historical data based upon previous cycles from monthly 5 and 13 cross. I know I'm getting a little complicated now. The total number of days to the bottom, bear market bottom, was 48 days and 40 days. As of today, we're on day 29. Day 29. So if you get in there another 4 or 5 days, you're going to 34, 35 days. That's pretty close to this approximate 40 days. So if you're looking for your breakouts, and then another week to get down to the bottom would put you right there about 40, 45 days, guys. So it's coming, guys. It's coming. We're going to have a breakout, fake out here. Fake out, breakout. The only question is, which side are we going? Let's take a look at the poll. See what you guys think. So 67 think fake up, then down. And the other 33% of you think no fake out, just a dump. Yeah. Hey, I would actually agree with, I'm split in the middle. Either way, I don't think we go up from here. Not a real move up. We might get that fake out to 72.2, 72.5 at most. But I think that's about it, guys. I think that's about it. This little pump Bitcoin just put in is rolling over, pump and dump. Good thing we didn't buy that WorldCoin a minute ago. It's rolling over too. All of it's coming back. Look at this, guys. Look at this, guys. Does that make sense about the symmetrical triangle, though? So if you, gun to my head, gosh, I'm so torn. Historically speaking, this thing is following the bars pattern to a T. I mean, historically speaking, there's no denying it. It is absolutely following this bars pattern to a freaking T, right? Oops. But I'm gonna gun to my head scenario you here. It's following it to a T, which means we should be kind of winding down here for a big old gun to my head. That's what we're gonna do. I'd be crazy to say otherwise because let's look. I have the bigger pattern on here. Let me zoom out. I have the bigger pattern on here. I got to go to the weekly, though. Oh, wrong one. Because nothing has changed from this so far. So it's dang near exact, guys. So I would be crazy to sit here and say it's going to differ now at the 11th hour. Could it? Yeah, sure it could. It could be very different. The bottom could be in. But it's so dang exact. I just, if I'm a betting man, and I am, I'm not going to bet against it. So I think we're going to hit it just like that. Something similar. What is today? Wednesday? Couple more days. So this would look like Thursday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So a breakout somewhere on Monday, Tuesday breakouts, and then a midweek reversal. That is just very typical. Monday, Tuesday breakout, fake out to a midweek reversal all the way down, taking you about 10 days to get there. There it is. Gun to my head. That's what I'm calling for. Which is why I really am trying and so disappointed in myself for not getting in that Fetch AI trade this morning, because I didn't want to just take it for a 2% run like we just got. I want this and then sell at about 10% and then catch about a 30% drop to the downside. That is my plan. I'm going to get in this trade before it takes off. I'm going to get in it. One way or the other, I'm getting in this trade. This is what I'm looking for, guys. Gun to my head. And if I had to throw a percentage on there, I would give this about 70%. So I give this scenario 70%, right? I give this scenario 25%, just straight down. And I'd say 5% we just consolidate here, and the low is in. 5%. Very small percentage. Could happen. But I don't think so. I think we at least set a new low. All right, so this 70%, this 25, this 5. That's how I'm playing it. And anybody that tells you 100%, they're lying. You play probabilities and you trade probabilities, and if this is correct that it's a 70% chance of doing that, then you're going to win this trade 7 out of 10 times. However, either way it goes, assuming we get the reaction, I'm trading this box or this box. Let me clarify. If we come here first, I will not look for a trade here. If we come here first, I will look to set a new low somewhere. Maybe this box, maybe this box. I will look to set a new low. This box will not be an area of interest for me if we come here first. Okay? Because I know some folks, and if we come to that first box first, that red box first, that dang red box, I will update the chart in Discord to remove this box. I might keep it on there because we could get a little bounce trade there, you know, just something like this before rolling over. So this might be very tradable, but not for an ultimate low. So I'd probably keep this on there, and I would point out to you guys that I'm looking for divs and reactions here only, not a blind trade, that I still expect lower, and that I wouldn't surprise me if we just knifed right through it. It would kind of be like this scenario right here. This is 2018. Here we are now. We're right in here now. See, we already set the low, the first low at the 55 monthly EMA. It'd be kind of like this. This would be the next, that block box that I have on there, then a bounce, then come down and set the ultimate low. So it would be something like this. I could see a scenario where that happens. So it would look something like this. Boom, bounce, probably bang your head right there, and then come down. Something like that. We have closed, and I showed this the other day. I'm going to go to the weekly here. We have closed for the first time a weekly candle inside the value area range. Every single time we have closed a weekly candle inside the value range, every single time. Doesn't mean it has to stay that way, but every single time, which is another marble in the come down jar first. But every single time, either this next weekly candle, so we close weekly candle either every single time, either this, 3 out of 4 times, let me refresh, 3 out of 4 times, this candle, once this candle, but either way, every single time they have come to the value area low. That would be a marble in the jar that we just go down from here and not a fake out. Most people would like this scenario, I would think, because given that symmetrical triangles are fake outs, if we did come down here and set a low, that would mean fake out to the upside. I just don't see that happening. So I think probably next week we come up here, but don't close the candle up here, weekly candle, and then we come back here and finish the week down here. That's how I'd play it. I think you got a really busy next week. Let's go back to a flashbang. Flashbang. Let's look at next week news, and let's see if we can figure out where it's going to come from. First of all, Asia will be open again. Asia's closed all week, and they're going to want some liquidity. Okay, they're going to want to get paid because they're not getting paid this week. So I anticipate Asia moving the market significantly next week, whereas usually it can move it a little, maybe not so much. I expect them to come get paid next week, so expect some major volatility during the Asia session. Nothing really big here next week from the U.S. PPI is huge. That's next Friday. You still got China and Asia on holiday next Monday, so I would look for Tuesday to be the first big mover next week. That'll probably be your fake out, then dump, if I had to guess. Not a very big news week, though, next week. Not a very big news week. Friday, this Friday is going to be huge. All right, so we're in the range. We are in the range. We are above point of control. We still have not closed the candle below point of control. Not a high time frame candle below point of control. We've closed some hourly, 4 hourlies, but we have not closed a higher term frame candle below point of control. Once that happens, guys, it is dump down time, I believe. So not going to get that closure today. The 2, 3, 5 day, none of those are closing today. Tomorrow, you get the 5 daily candle tomorrow. If you close that below point of control, in my opinion, you're coming very quickly. You can see how strong this point of control has been, guys. You can see how strong. When you lose it on a high time frame, that's it. You're coming down. That is the bulls giving up this zone right here. That is the bulls losing fight. So as long as you're above it, you're okay. You have a chance for the bears to exhaust right here. But tomorrow, if you close that 5 daily candle below point of control, if you close the 5 daily candle like this, I would say probably the next day you come here. Probably the next day. Probably by Friday. So be watching that candle close tomorrow, guys. West Coast is interested in Chain Leak. We're going to get on to some alts here in a minute. Bitcoin not doing nothing, just giving back what it just took. Working its way back down to point of control. Man, I'm glad I'm so glad I didn't get on that WorldCoin. It was pumping. It was catching up to everything, and now it's rolled over. I'm so glad. I almost did. Let's go take a look at these alts real quick. Let's go back and take a look at this. Get an alert on Fetch AI. 1 hour EMA cross. I don't see it. I don't see it. Oh, there it is. 1 hour cross to the upside. Unconfirmed. Whatever. Come back down. This, I posted this in Discord earlier today. This is looking an awful lot. I don't know where I posted it. Right here. This is looking an awful lot like descending triangles. You can see the last two broke heavily to the downside. And it looks exactly the same. Does it have to play out like that? No. But it sure does look like that to me. I know a lot of you are really interested in these alts, so am I. The alts are where your money is coming up. If you play this right, you can make a fortune, and I'm not exaggerating, a fortune on altcoins. This is another reason I pulled my order earlier. 4-hour red dot popping up on Bitcoin. This is another reason. This triangle right here is another reason. So I put you see these orange lines on the chart, not the one I just drew, but these other orange lines. All right, this is Fetch AI. I know a lot of you are interested in Fetch AI. I'm going to come back to you, West Coast. We're going to take a look at Link. But check this out, guys. For those of you interested in Fetch AI, let's go to like the 3 daily, 2 daily, 3 daily, whatever, either one, time frame. And I know Fetch AI hasn't really spent a lot of time in this zone, but I come to the 2-day. Well, yeah, so we just proved it. So what I was going to say on the 2 daily time frame, anytime we've closed below any one of these orange lines, within the next candle, you come to the next line, okay? And these may not look like huge moves, but they're bigger than they look. I mean, from this orange line to this orange line, I mean, that's 1.5%, and then you get an even bigger one here at about a 6%. So I was going to bring this to you earlier because this is what had me looking for a buy order right here, okay? And that was at 1689, which is right where my buy order was. And sure enough, we came down and tapped that dang thing and bounced from it. That's what I was looking for. So anytime you close a 2 daily candle below any one of these, you have gone to the next candle, the next line within the next candle, okay? So just like yesterday, we closed a 2 daily candle below this orange. Today, boom, right to that one, okay? We have not closed it here. But if we close a 2 daily candle below this 1689, I would expect to move down to 1587 within 2 days, okay? And you can go back and check this historically. I've done it all. You got a lot of wicks, So we're talking about daily closes below. Same thing here. You close the candle below, boom, move to that line. Close the candle here below, move to it on the next candle. This one took a couple candles, but you did rotate down there. Closed it here, immediately rotated to that one. Close it here, same candle rotated down. When you closed below, well, this one rotated same candle too. You get the point. You get the point. It's not perfect, but each one of them went perfectly. But it's not an exact science as far as how long it took to get there. Some of them went that same candle, some of them went the next candle. It goes on and on. You get the point. Close below this one, went to that one. Close below this one, went to that one. Close below, went to that one. Close below, went to that one. You get the point. Pretty clear trend of support and resistance here on Fetch AI, which is very, very easily tradable. That's what I like about this stuff. You want to find things like this so that if you're sitting here wondering, like, you closed below this yesterday, if you're wondering, gosh, should I buy this? This is a good move down. Do I buy this? We're going to pump up from here. The answer is no. You never have without coming to this candle. So the answer is set your buy order right here if you think this is a good bounceable area, okay? Because there's no sense in setting it 1.5% higher when you know historically 100% of the time it has come here within 2 days. And that's exactly what happened. And I had a buy order and I closed it because I was at the hospital. And you could have caught this pump, this 3% pump. Same dealio. If you close the candle in 2 days, so tomorrow's candle, and you're below this 1689 level, if you close below this and you're wondering, gosh, geez, are we fixing a pump for here? The answer is no. Within 2 days, you'll be here. So set your buy order here, okay? Now, does it have to work out that way? Can it just go like, sure it can, but it never has before, okay? It never has before. And when you start going against, when you start trading against 100% trends, you will lose. You will lose. Not a time in history would you have had a winning trade if you went against that particular trend, okay? And that's not to say it'll be 100% forever, okay? I acknowledge, but you trade it, and as long as it's 100%, you trade it that way until it's not. And even then, you want to see it fail 2 or 3 times, because if you fail one time, you're still like 95%, which is better than the 5% if you were to trade it against it. So anyway, if you're interested in trading Fetch AI, mark these levels out. I've done it for you. This is the 2 daily time frame. Here they are. All the way down, all these orange lines. Screenshot that if you want. Should make your buy levels very easy for you should you get a 2 daily candle close below any one of these. What is FVRP? Fair value range. I'm making things up. I don't know. What is FVRP? And let me know if I didn't explain this clearly here, West Coast, and I'll kind of go into greater detail. Likewise, if I let's say I would have bought right here. Say I would have kept that order in right here at 1689, right? Based upon this stat. Let's say I kept that order in today and I got filled, okay? And I didn't sell yet. Let's say I didn't take my profit. And then I don't like taking losses on alts, but let's say you come here tomorrow and close the 2 daily candle, and I'm still in this. I still bought. I'm still holding, okay? If we close the 2 daily tomorrow below this and I was holding from here, this is a significant drop. This is 6%. So if we close that 2 daily candle below this orange line, I'm absolutely selling and taking the loss, because I know with 100% certainty in the past. So as of now, you have a 100% chance of coming here within 2 days. So I know even if I took a 0.5% loss right here, right, 0.5% L, that I can still pick up 6% more coins down here. So I'm going to take that loss and rebuy here, okay? Because you've just lost the level and you have 100% confidence for now, historically, that you're coming here next. So take the loss. Don't ride a 6% drawdown on a 100% stat that you're going there. Don't ride that, in my opinion. Not financial advice. Take that percent loss, pick up 6% more. Then when you come back up here, you've made up that 0.5% plus about 15% more, because you picked up 6% more that you wrote up 6%. So whatever, 12% more. You do the math. I don't know. Something like that. A lot more. You've more than made up that little bitty 0.5% with a 100% stat. I hope that makes sense. West Coast says fixed range volume. Oh, yeah. FR, fixed value range pro. Fixed value range. Is that what it's called? I use it every day and I don't even know what it's called. Fixed range volume profile. Yeah. FRVP. Yeah, they're not point of controls. They're just, if anything, they would be, and they're really not even that. They're, I don't know how to explain it. They would be what I would call volume spikes, because that is where you found great support and resistance. But if you actually go back and look at the volume profile, they're in the middle of a volume gap. So they're somewhat of an anomaly. Because normally I would expect you to fall right through this area. I mean, look at it. Here, this is your volume spike. This is your volume spike. This is your volume gap. You should fall right through it. However, you don't. You don't. You don't. Here you can see it as resistance, resistance, resistance. See, moved all the way back down. Support, support, support. I mean, it's a bit of an anomaly, actually. You don't see this very often. Here you got it. Support, got a bounce there. You're holding it as support now, support. But in reality, you should knife right through this stuff because there's no volume historically here. But it is. So look at that. You should fall right through it, but you don't. But I have found the trend to be that a 2-daily time frame is the ticket. A 2-daily time frame is the key. Closure below with a 2-daily time frame takes you 100% of the time to the next line, if not further. Which is great, which is what I love about this area on Fetch AI, because it tells me when I need to cut that trade. If I need to cut that trade as a loss. Because if I lose any one of these lines on a 2-daily closure, then I know that I'm going to the next one. So why ride drawdown? Take the loss, buy the next line, and when you do, you're going to be an instant profit when you start coming back up. You won't even notice that 0.5%. Hope that makes sense. So what are we looking at here? So we're on Fetch. We're still in the 2-day time frame. We closed yesterday, the 2-daily time frame yesterday. We closed the 2-day candle below. We've already completed the rotation, okay? We came here. We've already completed the 100% stat is complete. So now we wait, okay? This was the trade to take. I had the trade. I pulled out. Freaking hospital. I should have canceled. I didn't want to go anyway. So now I got to wait till tomorrow's close to see if we close below this one. If we do, then we sit tight. I don't care if it bounces here 37,000 times. We buy here, and it should go there within 2 days. And this is our buy. And we wait for the bounce, and if it doesn't bounce, if we buy and it doesn't bounce, and you close the next 2-day candle below this, you sell. Take the loss, and you buy here, just like this. Just like this, guys. See, you came right through it. If you would have bought here, okay, you would have lost, so cut it, and then cut it right here, you lost it, cut it right here, take the loss, and in the next 2-daily candle, you did what? You came right here, the 100% stat. So, and this doesn't count because this is not a move down. You're not moving down here. This is a move out, so that's just a retrace market structure change out. So that's not a move down. That is a market structure, in case you guys don't know what that means. That is a market structure pullback bounce. The move was down, the stat applied here, but then you bounce, now you're pulling back, you're changing market structure, trying to change market structure in a high time frame, but that is a bounce out. That is different. You're working your way up. So at this point, you would have to invert this, right? You have to invert this because you're moving up. You're no longer moving down. You've already mitigated this. This already played out. This already played out. This already played out. Now let's invert scale and show you. Boom. Now you have to reverse this, okay? These played out. So now you came down. You closed the candle below it here. Next one, you moved here, right? You follow me? So you're inverting and you came here, because you've already mitigated the move. And now you're working the opposite way, so these lines work the opposite way too. Hope that makes sense. I know it's tough for people to see this stuff inverted sometimes, but we're just working the candles backwards. Get to close here, you move to this line. Get to close above this, you move to this line. And we're just trapped in this range right here. So now we just wait. The move was here. We missed it. I had it mapped out. I was going to give you guys this trade this morning when we came on live, and it happened when I was at the freaking hospital. You're going to ask Catherine if I could get her. I think she's on a call. I told you guys she has a huge YouTube channel, about 150,000 subs. You would like her channel, West Coast. You said you're in all the hokey stars and moon stuff, right? Didn't you tell me that? I think you told me that. Let me know. You were like, anyway, I think she's on a call right now. I'd get her in here. She would tell you. She'd be like, Anthony was so mad. Like, I was worried they were going to take my blood pressure at the hospital before I did these tests, which I can't believe they didn't. That's the first time I've ever been they didn't check my blood pressure. But I was so mad. Like, I was, like, fighting mad. I was like, I can't believe I just canceled that trade because I'm at the freaking hospital and I can't watch it. We're up, like, I don't even know what we're up. We're up $27,000 since February 1st just on spot trading alts. Not even our leverage trades. 27K on spot trading alts, and I was mad that I missed this 2% move. I was so mad. Oh, gosh. Yeah, Moon Boy, you would like her channel, man. She's got one of those hokey channels. She's an astrologer. That's what she is. I'm not even kidding you, man. I'm not even kidding you. See if I can find it. There it is. She's got it pulled up. Look at her. 140K subs. Does all the moon stuff. I don't get into all that stuff. Nothing against it. It's just, she's always like, she'll come to me. It's so funny. She'll come to me and be like, I think she does a little trading, but she does a little astrology thing, and she'll come and say, I think Bitcoin's going to probably go down in the next 2 weeks because Saturn's, Neptune's, Uranus is this and is coming into Chiron and blah, blah, blah. So I don't understand any of it. I'm not knocking folks. And I'll be like, oh, really? Is that what the stars say? Because that's what I told the folks on the stream today based on the technicals. So we have this, which is more correct, the stars or the technicals. And she'll never convince me, and I'll never convince her. It's really kind of funny. Max says, what brand of shirt is, what brand is that shirt? It's awesome. I need a shirt that fits good for workout guys. Thanks, man. Let's see. I think it fits pretty well. It's so comfortable, too. This is Flag Nor Fail. Any of you guys ever heard of Flag Nor Fail? It's a Rob Bailey. I don't know if you're familiar with Rob Bailey. Rob and Dana Lynn Bailey. Rob Bailey's freaking awesome. So is Dana Lynn. They have a company, Flag Nor Fail. And Rob is a musician also, and Dana Lynn Bailey is a female bodybuilder. Probably the most famous one, certainly in a modern era. But super cool folks. And their clothes are the best. The best. And they're, because they're super fitness people, so they're designed for fitness people. I mean, it is so comfortable. Like, it just snaps back in place, and it fits good. The key for you workout guys, most shirts have a seam. Let's see, like up here, the seam of the shirt, and this seam, I don't know if you can see it, is right here. So where the seam comes tight, comes together is where the shirt's pulled the tightest. So I don't know it's hard for me. This camera's inverted. I can't tell. But it pulls tighter across the shoulders and traps because where the seam is on the front. So it pulls the fabric across. It's really cool. I don't know. You just have to check it out, man. I think you'd be impressed. I love them. Max, guns up. Yes, sir. Guns up. All right, guys. Let's see. Let's go take a look. West Coast at Chainlink. Put your alts in chat. I'll take a look at them right now for you. See if we can find you some targets because you are coming down in the next couple of weeks. Guys, let's be real. I know I put all this historical stuff and blah, 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 blah. I legit believe, like with every fiber of my being, that, oh, what a mess. With every fiber of my being, that this is going to play out just like this. And I'm not kidding you guys. I really think it's going to play out just like this. I do not think, not 1% of me thinks the low is in right now. I think it's going to play out just like this. Does every candle have to be the exact dollar percentage amount, whatever? Does it have to come to the dang hour for the drop or the pump? No. But I think the structure is going to play out just like this, okay? We need to be trading. I need to be trading this way. This is how I plan to trade it. I plan to trade the move up just like that, and then down, okay? If we don't get the up, fine, but I fully expect this, and I fully expect it. There's so many people out there talking about, gosh, I'm so sick of seeing Bitcoin dominance chart. Your altcoins are going down massively, okay? Massively. Let's look at Chainlink. Here we are. It's like a last cycle. This is where, let's see. All right, last cycle here. This is the bounce that we're on. Let's just look at Chainlink. This is the bounce that we're on. Boom. Okay, this is the low that we set in, which I believe, based on our crosses, timing, all that good stuff, that's our low. Okay, that's the low. That's the same low. And we bounced up in here, right? We bounced up in here, which is about where we are now. Okay, the bounce up, kind of chopped around, and then came and set a low. Okay. Now, you didn't necessarily go much lower than that low, but let's see how far you did go down from this price action, which is somewhere near the top-ish of this bouncy area. You did come down another 31%. And let's see if you did that this time. I know percentage don't have to be the same. I mean, that puts you somewhere down around $6, okay? But you can see this is clear. I mean, there's no denying that this is by far the largest area of support for Chainlink, right? I mean, my 11-year-old can see that, right? By far. You just dipped your toes in it. And you spent so much time here. What is this? May to October? I mean, like, at least 6-7 months here. I don't think you're just going to dip your toes in at one time and be done. That's just not going to happen. You can't even count this October 10th. That was just a freakish anomaly. Now you've actually constructively worked your way down to it, and you're just going to spend some time in here. So if you think you've missed the bottom, you haven't. You still have lower to come. Let's throw on your profile. Uh-oh. Throw on your profile. I'm not going to include this area down here. This just doesn't seem applicable to me to be down here at like 50 cents. I don't know that if you ever return down there, you're probably going to zero. It's really bad if you ever go down there. It's really, really bad. So let's just go from here to here. Clear some of this out. Chainlink, guys, weekly time frame. You bounce from point of control. I really think Chainlink's coming all the way back down. I think you're coming all the way back down to very, very low. I mean, look at the last bear market. Now, I know it doesn't mean you have to, but you came here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. 8 times. It was great support. Great support. I think you come there. There's not a chance that I'd buy this before you came and set a new low. So something like this. Something like this. $5.50 to $7. Anywhere in there. Anywhere in there. $5.50 to $7. You seem to find some pretty consistent lows. I mean, you came lower on all of them, but you seem to find some pretty good bounces right there. Look at that. Bounce, bounce. You held, you bounced, you bounced. You lost it, you lost it. You bounced, you bounced, you bounced. That's about 620. So I don't think I would start to even look. I would really be a buyer between 550 and 650 on Chainlink. As of now, I don't like this coin. I don't like the upside potential of this coin. You had the all-time high, came down. You had a high here, you had a high here. You mitigated this high with this cycle high. You didn't come for these, which means you probably never will. You came and got all the liquidity they wanted right here. So that's gone. And then on the way back up, you already know the deal. Nobody shorts the cycle high because they don't know it's the high. So what do? They didn't short that, which was a liquidity grab of that. They didn't short that. By the time I got here, they realized the high was in, so they waited on the retracement and shorted this, right? Boom. And what happened? Just draw a line on it. What happened? This is not a liquidity zone anymore because you came and took it out, and nobody shorted this because they thought, oh, okay, here we go, we're going all-time highs. Nobody shorted that. So, nobody shorted this. You would think, okay, well, maybe people shorted. Nobody shorted that. That's October 10th. Nobody saw that coming. Nobody. So nobody shorted that. If you saw this coming, if you saw this coming, you need to teach me. If you saw this, like, 2-hour, 66% candle coming, you need to teach me your secrets. Nobody saw that coming, so nobody shorted that. You probably had some people get crushed in this, and then when they came back out, they may have shorted this. Okay, you're at value area high. A lot of people, when this bounced back up and got to here, they just said, thank the Lord, get me out of this, please. Or shorted value area high. So you probably got some shorts at value area high. You got some shorts here. You got some shorts here. I don't like the risk reward here, bro. I think if you come to our orange line, let's just say you come to value area low all the way down there. I think best case scenario, man, I just think you're looking at 240%. This just looks range bound. You had no interest in coming all-time high this time. So I just don't think, unless something massive fundamentally changes, I don't see you coming back here. I think best case scenario, I just think this is weak. This is weak. In my opinion. I will happily be wrong, and I'm not trying to rain on your parade. You guys know if you give me a coin that I'm excited about, I switched my entire game plan because somebody gave Fetch AI the other day. I had never heard of it. I had heard of it, but I never looked at it. I just, and if you gave me another one, I would switch from Fetch. I just don't see it on this one. This is not the worst coin we've looked at by far. That Pi one, you guys, the worst. But this is probably, other than that crap, of the major coins we've looked at, this is probably the least return on investment coin that we've seen so far of the major coins. Now, again, this thing could go to $2,000. I don't know. But just based upon the technicals, this one has the lowest return on investment opportunity, in my opinion. But it looks good. It doesn't look weak. We looked at something the other day. I don't even remember what it was. But I said it just looks solid. This just looks solid. And if you want a 2 to 3x your money, this looks solid. If you want a 10x your money, this is not your coin. In my opinion. It just looks solid. It looks like a good coin that you're probably not going to go to zero on. You're probably going to double, maybe triple your money. But don't expect anything grand, in my opinion. Which is good for some folks. It looks stable. Stable's a bad word because we have stable coins. It looks solid. Give me another coin. Somebody give me another coin. That was fun. Any altcoin you want to see. I'm going to save this chart. Fetch looks good. I'm telling you, Fetch. I'm so high on Fetch. I'm high on Fetch. I'm high on WorldCoin. And it hasn't proven itself, but that XVG that Thanos put me on, it hasn't proven itself. Well, let's take a look at it. It hasn't proven itself, but I know nothing about it. I haven't had time to look it up. But if it's like really a promising privacy coin like Monero, like he said, he didn't really say it was promising like Monero. He just said it was a privacy coin like Monero. I like the potential here. This looks good. This looks good. I like this. XVG. It looks strong. It does not look good or appealing to me at current price action. It's way too high. You haven't even come close to your October 10th low. You're in the middle of the range. You haven't come to point of control, which means it's a strong coin. But I still think they're all coming here, all of them. But it means this one, people don't really want to let go. They don't really want to sell it. People, this tells me when you see a coin like this, and there's a couple like this, Zcash, XVG, there are a few others we've looked at. They're way too expensive. Your risk to reward, your return on investment potential, and again, they could all go to $1 million. I don't know. But given the technicals, your return on investment is not good right here. It's great down here, but it's not necessarily good where it's at. But this tells me that some folks may know something because they're not letting go of this coin. Even though everybody, especially if you're a whale investor, you know that price is probably coming here, they still do not want to sell here. Like they are holding on. So what do they know that we don't know? You got to ask yourself something. And sometimes, guys, it really is that easy. It really is that easy. When you got a coin that was here and it's already down here, nobody's interested. Now, it doesn't mean it can't rip up, but no, people have sold this thing off so fast, they didn't see the value in holding through a bear market, right? They didn't see the value in holding this coin through a bear market. People are seeing value in holding this coin, knowing it's extremely likely that it's going to come here. People are seeing value in this coin, and you should take note of stuff like that. This could literally be one of those coins, given this strength right here, that yes, it's probably going to come down, but it is so strong, the buyers are so strong here that when it comes back, you could literally just see a rocket ship. Because you have a lot of buyers here. A lot of people are interested in buying, not allowing this thing to go to point of control. And I know nobody was immune to October 10th. Disregard. That was the liquidity spike. That was not sellers. Yeah, this looks good. This looks good. I will buy some of this if it comes down here. I will not buy it here. I will buy it anywhere in this green box. This should be on everyone's radar, not financial advice. I'm telling you, I've seen this before. I've seen this before. And again, I don't know. This may come out and be a scammy, scandalous coin that goes to zero. I don't know. But technically speaking, I've seen this before, and this looks good. This looks real. This looks good now. This looks great here. Okay? Boom. Look at this cluster of volume up here at the freaking highs. Usually you get a high, guys. Usually you get a high and you get a boom, and then you consolidate here. This sucker consolidated at the freaking all-time highs. It's a strong coin. In my opinion, if we get even an average cycle next time, average alt cycle, you're coming back here. So if you can get point of control and come back there, you don't even got to set a new high. You're looking at 800-900%. Now, there are some coins that we looked at that would give better. But this is a coin that falls in the category of Monero and some of those other coins that have done like 10,000% plus gains. So, in my opinion, you have a pretty decent shot at a 9x, 900% gain with an upside potential of maybe catching one of these 10,000ers. I like this coin. I like this coin. So, that's all I'm going to say. Thanos says that's what he thought was Zcash 2. Smart people on X talking about it. I jumped in it at 300 and it ripped to 700. Good job, bro. Listen, good job, man. But I'm telling you, man, I don't care what they're saying about it now. Zcash is coming down. So everybody should be looking for lower prices right now. And I know you are. You're smart enough. Doesn't matter what they say now. All of these, when Bitcoin rolls over, I'm telling you guys, I don't care how strong your coin is. When Bitcoin rolls over and sets this new low, that is sure to come. You're going to see some of the coins you thought were the strongest coins in the market tank. Okay? And it's not because people are selling. It's because people are leveraging so high on these coins that when those liquidity spikes hit, those long squeezes come in, you're going to see them roll over like you wouldn't believe. But yeah, I good job, bro. Yeah, Thanos sold. He knows. Listen, let's look at Zcash real quick. I'm coming back to you, West Coast. I got Zek on here. What happened? I thought I saved this chart. I thought I saved this. Apparently not. This coin is stupid strong. I'm going to take out this first little. This coin is stupid strong. Oh my gosh. This coin is not even a value area freaking high. You can't buy this here. You cannot buy this coin here. It's up 26,000%. You cannot buy this coin here. However, it has routinely come here, here, here. You see it, guys. You see it. And you see it every time it was resistance, resistance, resistance. You got to come to point of control here. Not only that, you got the big weekly vector candles right here. You see them, big weekly vectors, unmitigated. This one hasn't been mitigated a nickel. This one right here at point of control has not been mitigated at all. Let's zoom in on it for those of you doubters. Has not been, not even a dollar of. Matter of fact, there's a gap there. Hasn't been mitigated at all. You're coming to get this candle before all is said and done. So we'll box it up. Of course, you could come all the way down, but I think you'll hold strong. Something like this, 35 to 55 bucks, 35 to $50, somewhere in there. And if you're likely to come back to all-time high, I mean, you've come here every time. Zcash hasn't done anything special or anything for the first time. It came here 1, 2, 3 times. Every cycle it's come here, right? Every cycle. Yeah, it came a little higher this time, but every cycle it's come here, every single time. So it hasn't done anything special or anything new, I should say. It's pretty special, 26,000%, but it's not new, right? This is what Zcash does. So if you come down to point of control, you buy, come back to all-time high, 1,300%. And so far, your worst case scenario is this spike right here at about 1,000%. So far, that's your worst case scenario. There's your liquidity right there. Nobody shorted the top. But this, a lot of people would have shorted here. However, this is so close to this that most people's stops are going to be here. So you could easily come back and set all-time high on Zcash. I like this coin. Not only does this coin, okay, so unlike Link, this is perfect. They look very similar in structure, okay? Of course, Link is already like more down here, right? But other than that, they look similar in structure. They look solid. Both of these look very solid, right? The difference in Zcash and Link is if Zcash comes to here, and if Link goes to that same area on its chart, Link has a 250% upside potential back to highs, whereas Zcash has 1,000%. Zcash, based on technicals, has a 4x greater return, assuming they both come to the targets, than Link. But they both look very solid. And that's what I mean, West Coast, when we're talking about the coins, like, it doesn't look bad. It looks great. But there are other coins that look just as great that have better return opportunities, in my opinion. This being one of them, assuming you come to here. Now, if you hold here, of course, you can't just buy and run there. You can't do that. I mean, I can't do that. So I would, if it were me, I would never look at Link again. Not because it's bad. Just because they're similar with better opportunity, in my opinion. But that's just me. But who knows? Maybe Link rips it. Maybe Link heads to 500 grand per coin. Fetch moving down, guys. Any other alts? Anybody want me to look at, guys? Any other alts? Max, I know you're looking at some alts, bro. Max says Cardano. I haven't pulled up Cardano a lot. I had over 300,000 Cardano, not this cycle, but the cycle before when it went to $3. I had over 300,000 Cardano. 365,000 actually. I have not pulled up Cardano in a long time. I'll tell you one coin that was a massive disappointment this cycle was Cardano. Yes, sirree. Cardano was a huge disappointment, right? Cardano came out and did, I don't know, like 120x or something. Let's see. Last cycle, not the one we just finished, cycle before. 180x, 1,800% last cycle. I was in this. I didn't catch it down here. I started buying Cardano at 7 cents, which would have been right about here. 4,000% gains. That's when I started buying, but I didn't sell there. I sold it to right in there, right about $2. We made good. We made good on Cardano. We made good on Cardano. I got an old screenshot when I sold Cardano. I screenshot it right before I sold. See if I can find it for you guys. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. A screenshot right before I sold Cardano. Right before I got robbed on Cardano from selling on Uphold. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. ADA account number 2. $528,000. Right before I pressed the sell button and got hit with like a 20% fee. No, it wasn't that much. It was like a 7-8% fee. They don't call it a fee. They call it a spread. They don't call it anything. You figure that out after the fact. They don't actually call it anything. Anyway, Cardano looked very promising coming off of that cycle. And then you come into this cycle, and it just, in my opinion, greatly underperformed. I didn't buy any Cardano this past cycle, but it was on my radar. But I didn't get any. So, came out of the bear market here. And what did you get on Cardano? From the lows to the highs. I mean, you got like a 4x, so not terrible. I mean, I guess in par with most of the rest of the cycle. But the point is, everybody expected, I mean, myself included, Cardano 8 to 10 bucks. That's what I was looking for. Cardano 8 to 10 bucks. I thought it would set one of these. I thought it'd be a really good coin, and you just didn't get it. Very underwhelming. And you've already, I'll tell you what looks even worse. You've already taken out the bear market lows. You're a little above it now. You're a little above it now on the bounce, but you've already taken out the last bear market lows. You know what that means? Do you know what that means? Does anybody know what that means? I got gold stars set for anybody who knows what that means. You've already taken out the macro bear market lows. You guys got to know what this means. Anybody? Anybody? Yeah. Maximilian. Market structure change on a macro level. That is not good, guys. That is not good for Cardano. So any of you Cardano holders, yeah, sure, this thing could rip up to $20 next cycle. I get it. But you have changed market structure on a macro freaking level. I mean, you had a high, you had a low, you had a higher high, you had a higher low. Then you had a lower high, and now you have a lower low. This is not good for Cardano holders. You know what you're looking like next cycle, guys. Okay? This doesn't look good. If you're interested in a coin and you take out the last cycle's bear market lows, I'm telling you, not financial advice, but avoid this coin. Because you're now setting lower lows on a macro freaking scale, which means you're probably going to set lower highs and headed even lower. Avoid that coin like the plague, in my opinion. Now, there's going to be some exceptions. You're going to have a coin that does this right here, and then they come out with some major partnership or some major asterisk news, and they're going to rip. You're going to have that. But 99% of coins that change their macro market structure are not going to do that. So the odds are you're going to set a lower high next cycle and a lower low. So avoid it, in my opinion. Okay? And Cardano's one of them. Which is sad because this coin, what do you guys call the Cardano Nation, the Cardano Army? I don't know, but Cardano has a huge cult following. I mean, like, these people are ready to, like, eat your babies and stuff if you talk bad about Cardano, but it sounds like that's all they are, a whole lot of talk. They sure aren't putting their money where their mouth is because this coin vastly underperformed. And to its credit, so did every other coin for the most part. Most coins. However, this is not good. That's not good. All right, guys, if we have any questions before I get out of here, I got to go eat. I wasn't, before I went and did my testing, I couldn't eat or drink. I did have some coffee, so if it throws off my test, oh well. That's what I don't understand, though, about tests like that. Like, you don't have coffee before I come, but I have coffee every day. So if I don't have coffee and I come, then you're going to get tests that aren't accurate based upon how I actually live my life. So I had my coffee, and then I went and did my test. But I got to go eat. I'm hungry. So any questions, I will answer them. If not, I'll be in Discord the rest of the day. Let's take a quick look at Bitcoin and see. Bitcoin is giving back, looks like all of that pump that came out of nowhere. Yeah, Bitcoin has given it all back. And then some. Back below, point of control, guys. Fetch AI gave it all back. Almost all. This is where I canceled my buy order. Yeah, looking pretty bearish, guys. We are under a daily and 4-hour red dot for Bitcoin. We got the daily red dot too, unconfirmed. But daily red dot is here. You see it there. Boom. Let's take a look at our Butter charts. 6-hour green dot, which is why you're getting this push down. So money is going into Bitcoin dominance is going up, and the stable coins are going up. Our Butter chart is going up on the local or 6-hour time frame. Let's look at 8-hour green dots. Uh-oh, you got a confirmed Alexander buy signal on the Butter chart. Look out. Your altcoins could take a hit in the next day or two. See if we still got that 5-day dot. 5-day dot is still there. However, I told you the 5-day dot did not flash on, did not fire off while still under the, there it goes. It just disappeared. See, it just disappeared. No, it's still there at the bottom. It's flickering on and off right now. Your 5-day dot, see, look at it flickering on and off. You see that? Look at that. Look at that. Anyway, this dot did not signal while we're still under the confirmed 3-day dot. So I got out of this trade, and it's a good thing too. So, all right, guys. Well, that's it for me. I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate you being here. The Lord has blessed us. He has blessed me with more days on this earth. I feel better. We'll see about our numbers. Hopefully, I have them back tomorrow. We'll be back for regular U.S. market open tomorrow. News event tomorrow. Got jobs tomorrow, and big multiple news events on Friday. So I love you guys. I mean that. I thank you for your prayers and support and you reaching out in Discord, and I will see you next time.